Please confirm कीजिएगा. Am I audible?
Yes, I
Yes,
can
you
hear
are.
you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Hey folks, hello and welcome to the second day of Microfest Hackathon, Pakistan's National Digital Microfest Hackathon. Earlier, you have been with the session of Mr. Usman Sheikh on the topic of DevOps in Azure. In order to speed up your learnings, we are back again with an awesome title, Microsoft Teams App Studio and Virtual Bot by none other than Mr. Waqas Shafiq. Mr. Waqas Shafiq is working with Microsoft as Customer Success Manager who is passionate about teaching and reaching today's leaders, teachers, and students, encouraging and supporting them to achieve their maximum potential using technology. He is a Microsoft certified educator, a Microsoft innovative expert, a Microsoft innovative educator master trainer, fellow, and also an Office 365 and Azure Fundamentals certified. He has local and international exposure of training educators in over 6 countries. His expertise and skills includes teaching with digital technologies, information and communication technology integration across subjects, innovation and digital transformation, curriculum development, Microsoft cloud computing technologies, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs, project based, project and game based learning. So, this was a short portfolio of our guest speaker. In order to have a brief discussion on the topic of Microsoft Teams App Studio and VirtualBot, I would like to invite Mr. Faqas Shafiq. Sir, we are really honored to have you here. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ahmed, for the great introduction. And thank you, Hansla and the team for organizing this great event. It's indeed pleasure seeing a lot of participants over there. As Ahmed told you that I'm Waqas Shafiq, I'm working with Microsoft as a customer success manager. Mostly my role is to empower educators and through Microsoft technologies to all the products. So you can name it Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Azure, and all the educational applications and tools, which is a part of Microsoft cloud computing technologies. I'm basically enabling the educators, students, and teachers very closely in K-12 sector, and we're just trying our level best to help educators as much as we can. As today topic is around Microsoft Teams, App Studio, and the Power Virtual Agent. So let me briefly explain you why this topic is too important, specifically for the students. We totally understand the students which are mostly studying in a university or a school, having we always feel faced a lot of skill difference in students. So that skill difference basically come when we talk about the coding and the programming and the stuff like that, and when we talk about STEM-based learning, etc. So the one more concern which come up from the student is, we are not expert in coding, we are not expert in programming. So Microsoft is really going to help you out that if you don't know about coding, if you don't know about programming, and still you will be able to make your own customizable app leveraging Microsoft Teams powerful platform, which we somehow call it an collaboration and the communication platform. But today we will see how Microsoft Teams could be extended, how it could be customized, how it could meet the emerging need of your daily routine tasks. So the first thing which we will see is about the app. So we will see, it's a sort of a demo section. So I would love to share my screen, and just to save time, I'm not going to dig down deep into like these presentations and the other stuff. But just to give you a quick idea on the steps, let me share my screen so everyone could see. It. Ahmed, could you can you see my screen now? Please confirm.
Yeah, it's clearly visible and you're clearly audible.
Great, great. So we are just going to build a custom solution in the app for Microsoft Teams. For that, the core session agenda is what capabilities Microsoft Teams could provide you. What are the 5 steps which you could follow, and right away, from today onward, you can start building your own app. And then definitely, it's very important because it's a sort of a technical session. So I mostly want that I should like demonstrate it step by step so that you guys actually come up by making your own customizable at the end of the session. So this is the ultimate core goal of this session. So that Microsoft Teams is a hub of communication and collaboration. But there are, you could see it that there are a lot of other apps integrated within Microsoft Teams. So you can customize it, you can extend it within your organization, and ultimately you can get maximum benefit from this amazing platform. So we will see that how these okay, what are these capabilities, but I just want to you to focus on these 5 steps, which I showed you earlier on as well. The journey of Microsoft Teams app is you just need to start with the team scenarios, like a teamwork scenarios. Like if just see if you want to build an app, so definitely the app needs some content from your side as per your requirement, as per your need. So it is very crucial, it is very critical that you sit in a team, whoever, for example, maybe you are going to create an app for your organization. Maybe you set up a meeting with your focal person within your organization, and you come up with some scenarios, what actually you want within that Microsoft Teams app, so that when you extend it all across the organization, maximum people could get benefit from it. It is very important, very, very important here to keep in mind the role of students, that why should students use this app. So you have to mention some sort of scenarios related to students in that. Similarly, as a whole, like if you talk about the school leadership, if you talk or even talk about the university leadership, and like you have a lot of teachers and the professor, why they should like use this app. This is important. No, 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 no. Like the tool you can learn, but the scenario should be there. The content should be very interactive so that everyone could get maximum benefit from it. So you really need to design an design your experience around this app, that okay, you're going to build this app, the capabilities are there, Microsoft is providing you the tools and the technologies, but how your app will look like when it will be in a final phase. So this all need to be planned initially. And then definitely in the step 3, we will see that we can build an app after the planning. You will be able to build your own app if you have Microsoft or Office 365 admin rights, or the Teams admin rights. The 4th step is you can definitely publish this app. So publishing means if you want to extend your app all across organization, so there are options where you can publish it, like you can create an app keeping in mind your audience requirement, and you can extend it all across organizations to maximum students within your organization, within your university could get benefit from it. And that last step is govern the app. This is also critical here. So the monitoring, the reporting, how many people are using, how much secure it is. So these are all the things which you need to be kept in mind. So we will follow these 2 steps. I know the planning is not there, but what we will do is I have made some like stuff for you, just to keeping in mind that we save the time. So I'm going directly towards Microsoft Teams platform, and we will see practically now that how we can build this app. So in front of you, I just log in from my Microsoft Teams account with one of the demo account which I have, and you can see it. So if you need that demo on Microsoft.com, so it is a demo account. So, for example, I have a lot of classes, assignment calendar. These are the features which you are mostly using. But now we will see what are the extension available within Microsoft Teams. So let's get started. So you will see here the option with the name of apps. You will search one app with the name of App Studio. So this will be available within the apps in Teams. So just click it and let me open it right away. And let's build one app for you so you guys get a clear idea. So once you will open the App Studio within app, so it will give you three options. Like you can create your own app, you can like bot management is there, and even if you have existing manifest of any other applications, you can simply import it over here and you can start developing on that particular part. But I'm just going to create a new one. So here we go. So, on my left side, if you see, there are few steps. So, first one is the detail. Second one, you could see here are the capabilities. Third thing is the finish. Like, so let's follow all the things step by step. Here is the name of, here it is asking that what would be the name of your app. So I'm just going to write a name, or this you can write any name. So the full name, I can write it my app for university, for example. I'm just going to give it I have to give it a name. Here it is saying you that identification, your app ID should be a GERD, use systematic versioning. So you can simply click on generate. So automatically an app ID will be allocated to your app. So that would be a unique ID. So you just need to click on the generate. Moving forward, we have to mention some package names. So if you see the examples here, it's written Microsoft so 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to write something over here. For example, Microsoft.com.teams. Or you can see here it's written that com.microsoft.com.teams/developer. So here the package name could be anyone, but the only thing which you need to write, for example, you need to follow that distinction. For example, you could see here, I am just facing 1, 2, 3. So three at least dots are here. So let me go to that part now. Microsoft.teams.com. So I just write it. Then you have to give it a version number. Version number is like maybe you tested first app and you are just going to finalize the second app. So I'm just going to give it a version number 5.1.0. Anything you can write it 1.1.0 or the version number should be within that. So moving forward, it's just saying you that just write a short description. So I am just going to write that this is my first app. This is my first app, and you can even describe it in a little word. This app will be used, for example, by students and teachers of my organization. So I just short something in a description and stuff like that. So moving forward, let's see. Now it is asking me to give your company name. So whatever will be your university name, whatever will be the website, so you have to mention that as well. So I am just going to write Microsoft, for example, MO app. Okay, so you can write your university name or whatever you would like to name. Okay, so here I just need to give a link. So I am just going to give a website, for example, Microsoft.com. So you could see here when I move forward, this is optional, so you can simply skip that part. As far as the API concern is, this is a part where the privacy statement and the term of use of your app. So you can mention it if you have like anything. You have a policy in place regarding to privacy policy. Might be the term of use, so you can always put a link over there. But for your convenience, I'm just going to replicate the same. For example, https teams.microsoft.com/privacy, and here I'm just going to put. Okay, so I just need to write www as well. So just remove it, and here we go, www.teams.microsoft.com/privacy. Okay. So I'm just going to put something. Okay. I'm going here. So yeah, HTTPS. If you have like anything, so you are in place, so you can simply copy and paste those links. If you don't have, what you can do is you can simply write something. So don't leave anything blank, just to make sure that we will not get any error at the end of. So for example, I write privacy teams.microsoft.com/privacy, teams.microsoft.com/term of use. So moving forward, this is a branding, like where you can update. For example, if you have any logo of your organization, whatever, wherever you are present, if you have the logo, you can simply update it. I'm just going to skip it just to save the time. So this is the first step, the information which I filled over here. Moving forward, the app details has been filled. Now the second thing is capabilities and the tab. This is the most important thing. Okay, so what are the tabs? Like just consider any website of your school or a university right now in front of you. So every website have a lot of tabs. Like there will be an home page, there will be the vision statement, there might be the mission statement, there might be the contact details. So on a simple blank page, there are a lot of tabs. So what we will do is we will create one of the tabs. And the interesting thing here is the content management. This is important. So this is how you can make your app a little bit attractive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add, here it is written add a personal app. So just click it, and it's saying me that give your app a name. So you just need to focus on my screen right now, because this is an important point to know. For on a SharePoint, which is a part of Microsoft Teams, you have a lot of sites ready-made available. And I'm also going to give you a quick like update on something which is also interesting. So for example, I have to make one tab and I have to connect my SharePoint page with my app. Why I'm connecting the SharePoint page? Because it will help me to edit my content anytime, to customize my content anytime, and I can get maximum benefit from it. So, for example, I am going to write SharePoint uh, content, SharePoint content, and here you just need to give any of the number, the random number, the ID. This is important. Okay, so now this is saying just enter the content. What is that content URL? This is what I'm going to show you right now. So just see here why I'm connecting SharePoint page, just because of this reason. I'm just opening one of the website, lookbook.microsoft.com. This website having lot of ready-made website template, which you can make, you can make all the template a part of your SharePoint, which is a part of Office 365, right? Just see here. If I just visit this website, I can see here, just see the design. Just choose any of the design which is of your interest. So there are a lot of designs available. So if you want that your website should look like this one, you can actually make it a part of your tenant. Similarly, this one, whatever, for example, the organization-wise, these are the template. If you go to department, so there are a lot of categories. If you want to build a team related, build an app related to teams, related to any community site, related to any solution-oriented stuff, or might be you are going to build a website for schools or universities or websites. So there are few templates available over there. What you need to do, whatever the design suits you, so simply click it. Once you will click it, it will give you an option to add to your tenants here. Okay, so you will simply click it, and now the next step would be it will ask you to log in from your Office 365 credentials. You should be an admin basically to make this design a part of your SharePoint template. Okay, so here it is saying me, okay, G, great choice. We just need a bit information more. So you will actually get, you just need to click on provision, and it will be provision to this. So you can see here, this is my domain through that I am logging on Microsoft Teams at demo.scf.onmicrosoft.com. So let me show you again as well. So see here, this is my Microsoft Teams, and I'm logging from my admin account. And now when I provision this, this is important that you have to give your admin ID credentials, because otherwise it will not allow you to do this thing. So you can, simply click on provision. It will take some time, and ultimately this page, this design would be a part of your SharePoint. So actually it will look like this. So if I show you the app, so you can see here, this is a SharePoint. You will simply click it, and this is one of the SharePoint website which I opened in front of you, right? So once this lookbook website will be provisioned, it will automatically be within your SharePoint. So you will simply click it, and ultimately you will get, for example, this was my design. So this is what I choose. So what I can do next is this one. If I want to make this page, because this is on a SharePoint right now, I want to make it a part of my Microsoft Teams. Why I'm making it? Because it's very easy to edit. So if I click on edit here, so you see I am here going to write anything, and it will auto be filtered. So I will be able to make some changes. I would be able to like change the themes and the stuff. And once I will get my work done, I will simply going to republish it. So it's very easy, even for a user who don't know about coding, programming, they can simply edit, they can make changes in the wording, and they can simply write anything which they want. For example, I can simply edit it. So I'm writing here, thank you for attending the session. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically editing my website. So once I will get my work done, so this is my site. I have to make this site a part of my Microsoft Teams. So I will make the changes here. Once the SharePoint site will be ready, now the next step is to make this page a part of Microsoft Teams, so that everyone within the organization, just imagine, you can do a lot of that. Like you can make a document library over here within this site. You can insert a lot of pages over here. You can, you might be, if you have a videos related to Microsoft technology, so you can all the video could be embedded on a single page. Similarly, you have some videos related to your organization. All the videos could be embedded with over here. So once this page will be ready, so you can see a lot of stuff is there, and you will simply click on edit, make changes, the things will be ready for you. Once this will be done, now I am going back to that part where I write, the SharePoint tabs, App Studio. I'm back to App Studio. And now here, this is asking me a content. One thing is, if I have a desktop application of Microsoft Teams, so I can simply go there. I can copy that link, the link of the site, and I can simply, what I can do is I can simply paste it over there. But as I'm using the web app, if you want that your app should work on the desktop as well as on the web app, so you need to do something with this link. So you have to create a link. So how you could do that? So just see that website. First of all, you just need to write HTTPS. You have to develop a link to integrate with your team. Then you have to give a domain URL. What is the domain URL? So for example, this is a SharePoint page in front of you. So this is this one is the domain. The portion which I am highlighting though, demo.scf.sharepoint.com. This is the domain URL. So if you see below, I just wrote it HTTPS demo.scf.sharepoint.com. So we are good to go ahead. Other than that, you just need to move forward, or And moving forward, you just need to write layout, simply copy paste it. And here it is asking you to push the page URL. What is the page URL? This is the page URL other than a site dash hybrid learning. So let me show you again. So I just write site slash hybrid learning. And at the end, you just need to write site pages slash home dot ASPX. So this is a, you can follow that step. I'm just going to message this one with you all on a message box so you can get access of it. I will do that. But this, if you see this link, I'm just going to copy it now. First page was this, and let me open now this link in front of you just to make sure that everything is working fine. So I just copy paste this link. So if you see on this page, when I open that link, it should open the same website which is over here. So this is how you could create the link. So let's see what it will open in front of us. So here you go. So see this website and the link which I created opening the same page. It's mean my page, I have created the link very accurately. So now I'm going back to my app studio, just putting this link. And that's it. So this is the only first page, this link I created, and I'm just going to save it now. So you could see here, SharePoint content is the name of the tab. This is the ID and the link I just updated over here. So the first step was app details. I can show you again, just to repeat things. App world was a name. So this is the information which I put. The second thing was a tab. I added one of the tab in front of you. The name is SharePoint content. Let me add one of the websites, like just for your convenience. For example, I'm just going to write university website. You can give any of the credentials over here, and HTTPS, for example, scans.edu.pk. This is one of the website. Let's see if it's working. Scans.edu.pk. Okay, what I am going to do is I am going to make this website a part of my Microsoft Teams app. So that's why I'm just going to show you everything. So this is a page, you could see it. This is a website of any of the school. So I just want to integrate it with my, app. So this is the link I provided. Once I will save it, the second tab will be created and I would be able to see it over here, university website. And the second one was the SharePoint tab. Okay, so this is the information which I need to give. Other than that, you could see domains and permissions. Scans.edu, SharePoint is here. Okay, great. So single sign-on information, you could always give any of the links of your SharePoint page. So that's it, Chi, from my end. Now I'm going to test and distribute. If everything will be okay, so in description, it will install it or download it. If there will be any error in the previous step, it will not allow me to move forward. So I'm just going to see, you could see here in description, there is no error mentioned, but if there would be anything wrong at the back end, So it will always ask you to make changes. So I am going to do two things. First thing is I'm going to download, and if you see, an app will be downloaded on my PC. So successfully exported, and the app name, my app name was App World. So one file has been downloaded. I will use it later on, but now I'm going to install it in front of you. So once I click on install, and I will click on add. So let's see how it would look like. So the app is here, App World. You can always pin it. So if you will pin it, now you could see, other than the assignment calendar and the teams, there is one app which is here, and you have also integrated your SharePoint page, and we will be able to see it over here. So here you go. So you could see the app being created, and the name of the app is I have created two tabs. One was related to SharePoint content. So you could see here, this is the page which I basically embed. Now it is a part of my as an app. It is a part of my Microsoft Teams. The second thing is the university website. So I basically give one of the link scans.ed.pk. So you can see that website as well over here. So similarly, you can integrate any of the website. If you have even a YouTube channel, simply create one tab, mention YouTube channel. Everyone will be able to do it. So this is something amazing, which you can get maximum benefit from it. And the app is now a part of my Microsoft Teams. So this is the first part of this thing. Now, the second, moving forward, definitely you will have a question. Okay, this is the app which you have created. So the app has only two content, like two tabs right now. If you want to extend it, so every user who log in from their Microsoft Teams account would be able to see this app as well. So you need to upload it and customize it as per your requirement. How you will do that? So you will go to app again, and here you will get one like upload a custom app option. So there are two options: submit to an app flow, and the second one is upload a custom option. So you will simply upload it. It will ask you you have to upload for my organization only, or you have to upload to me or my team. For example, you have a team of specific group of people. You want to extend this app to them, or you want to extend this app to the whole organization. So you will simply click on the whole organization, and we make it the name of app world. I'm just going to select that file from my download, and I will simply open it. So once I will open it, it will basically see, and my app will be should be here. Like, let it be load. So here we go. So this is the app world. Now you can see it. It is a part of my apps now. So this is how you can, for example, you want to make any changes in the app. So you simply go here. You can go back to that mode as well, where you can edit it, you can make changes in it, whatever you want, you can simply do it over there. So that's how you can make your app, and this is the easiest way. And you have witnessed one thing: I have never ever used even a single code, and creating a website without a code was something impossible a few years back. But now, without having any code, any customization, any layman, even a single Microsoft Teams user can build their own customizable app. So this is the power of technology. This is the power of Microsoft Teams platform. So Ahmed, as far as the app studio is concerned, I'm done with that session. And can we move towards the next one, the next part of developing a virtual board?
Yes, for sure, Vikas, you can proceed with. And at the end of the second session, we can have some questions at the end. You can proceed with it.
Okay, great, Emma. Thank you. Okay, moving towards the next step. So the app is created. We have witnessed that we have not used any of the code, and this is something really very cool. You can put all the stuff, all the content within this app, and you and your user to get maximum benefit from Microsoft Teams. So moving towards the next step, that is about creating a visual board. Visual board is something very important because uh, you have, you know, a university or might be an organization have a lot of customers, vendors, students, teachers, and even the school leaders. Everyone have different queries, and we know that the organization have very limited staff, so sometimes you would not be able to respond each and every question of your entire customer. But if you will not respond that, so it will ultimately impact your credibility of the organization, or sometimes it might be difficult to respond every question instantly. So the visual bot thing is there. You can develop your own bot. Whatever will be the frequently asked question which is being asked within the organization, you can put it over there, make your own virtual board, make it a part of your Microsoft Teams, and just get maximum benefit from it. So let's get started how we should develop a virtual bot in Microsoft Teams. So as far as the app part is concerned, we're done with that. You can see it, our app is ready, and I can make any changes later on. So I'm just going to search another app now, which is a part of Team, which is called Power Virtual Agent, right? So the app name is the Power Virtual Agent. I'm just going to click it now. It will take a little time, but ultimately we will be able to create a visual. So here we go. Now it's saying me start now. I'm just going to click it. You will even get a very good video over here. So you can always watch it, that how you can develop that virtual bot. At least one team at the back end should be created. Like you should have one team. Might be it might be your class. It might be anything. It might be a like group. So moving forward, let's see what we can do right now. It's still loading, and you can see it. Now it's saying me that select a team for the chatbot. So these are few teams which have been created at the back end. Like I have few classes in place: English class, math class, HR department. For example, I'm just going to select one, and let's continue. No coding, nothing. Simply, it's very easy for the students specifically that you don't need to learn coding and programming. Simply go here, just get maximum benefit from the Power Platform. So the Power Virtual Agent is a Power Platform. So now it's saying that give your chatbot a name. I am giving demo chatbot for my, for example, I'm saying it university chatbot, right? You can choose any language which you want. Like you can develop, chatbot in different languages, multiple language. Once you will give that name, you can simply click on create. So it will see. It will take a little time, and it will divert you toward that page where you will be able to put some questions, answer, and test the bot, and we will make it a part of Microsoft Teams. So here we go. Okay, so I am on that main page. So you could see a lot of options: home, topics, intensity, analytics, publish, manage. What I am going to do is I am just going to build a bot from a scratch. All right. So here we have some topics. So I just click the topic. You can click on new topic. What are the topics? Topic are the questions. Like what, for example, in a bot, you have to give the bot few questions that if student asks anything like that, so the most the possible answer should be this. For example, I'm just going to create one. I'm just going to write. For example, I'm just going to write one. And here it is saying triggering phases. What are the trigger phases? Trigger phases prompt the board to begin a conversation about a particular topic. यहाँ आपने different types of triggers mention करने होंगे. What you can do is, for example, I'm going there. I have few questions. For example, question in a required was I just wrote what is the university address. So what is triggering? If someone write to board address, so it should give him the university address. So address is one option. So if someone asks board from, for example, university address, it should like these are few triggering questions. So for example, if someone asks about location, so the bot will understand that a person is asking about university address or something like that. Or maybe I'm writing it a location map. So this question should these are the triggering points. So once you will add few triggers, you will simply go here, go to pausing canvas इसको कहते हैं. So once I click it, you see topic has been saved. Now it will ask me, okay, if someone asks me about a location map, location, university address, so what should be the answer? So I'm just going to write here, for example, house number, whatever is your university address, house number and 123, for example, Islamabad, Pakistan. And even if you have a website link or a map link, you can simply like link that map over here. So just to save the time, I just wrote this thing. Okay. So once this will be done, this will be your message. You can then save it. Okay. It will save a topic and it will save the answer as well. So that's it. This is the first topic which I have added. And now you have two options. Like you can test the bot over here as well, or you can make it a part of your teams. For example, I'm just going to test the bot now, right? You see a chatbot is here. I'm going to write is hi. So let's see what it will ask me. So now he's saying me, hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you with the account questions, order tools, information, and more. It's so the question which I wrote is, for example, I'm just going to write now the location. So the triggers which I given it, if someone asks about location, it should be answered the same. House number and even Islamabad, Pakistan, which I gave them. Similarly, you can like write as many questions as you want. Whatever the frequently asked questions you have, in this way you can add it in a topic. Simply go there, add the answer one time, and then once your chatbot will be ready. So the chatbot name is the test bot. So once it will be ready, you can simply even see the whole analytics. For example, you want to know that how many question has been answered by the bot, right? So you have a complete analytics there. So let me show you. So there is a complete Power BI analytics at the back end. So you see here, and you can see always see the analytics. You can always filter it date-wise. For you want to see how many question answered last week, how many question answered per month, how many question answered by the bot like last year. So you can simply click the dates, update it, and it will generate reports. And I just give one question in front of you, so I don't have the data. So once you will add as many data, ultimately you will be able to see a very comprehensive report like this one. You see, it's loading right now. Sort of the report with the engagement rate and the resolution, how many question answered, properly. So these are few statistics and the graph which you can see over here. So this is of the organization interest, maximum organization could get benefit from it. Once you will see that now the last question is you have to basically publish it, or you can make it a part of your Microsoft. So publish it means it will be it will be published, but from the admin portal, you will have to give it a permission. For example, it's written over here, open the bot, start the conversation segment. So you can simply publish it as an app, or the second thing is you can open it in Microsoft Teams. So the option is there. For example, I'm just going to click it here, open the bot in Microsoft Teams. So, I gave it a name, University Chatbot. My bot is ready. Just to save time, I've only given one question. Let's add it. And you will see once I will add it, it should be open within Microsoft Teams. So here we go. This is a University Chatbot. Just pin it like an app. So this is a chatbot which is being created, and now let's test it within Microsoft Teams. I'm writing it high. Let's see the responses of the bot. Okay, I need to publish it, by the way, from here. Okay. Okay, so this is the way to make your bot more, you can simply there are few clicks and you will be able to get your own bot, virtual bot, and how you would be able to get maximum benefit from it. Ultimately, it will be a part of your simply pin it. It will just respond same likely the way this is a university bot. I'm just going to open it. Simply go there, publish. Let me publish it, and now it will be published. You will see your latest content has been published and will be available to use in few minutes. So it will take few minutes. Let's open it now in a Teams. Okay, it will take a little time, but ultimately you will be able to trace out and see that what should be the response from the university, and it will be published. So see here, I just wrote location, and it gives me the same address, and it is a part of my Microsoft Teams now. So I have just pinned it, and I can extend it all across the organization, and the maximum people would be able to get benefit from it. So that's it from my end. So Hansla or Ahmed, if you guys have any feedback, any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Waqas bhai, it was really an immense pleasure having you, and thanks for all the insights on each and every nuance you have provided to us. I hope that audience would have a very in-depth knowledge of Microsoft Teams applications in general and bot creation in specific. So coming towards some of the questions which we have come across, I have a question. what is the underlying technology or the technology under the hood of Microsoft Teams App Studio? Is it Power Platform or something other than that? Can you please elaborate?
It's a power platform.
Okay, so the whole workflow is running on the back of Microsoft Power Platform. So
Yeah,
we can really,
like I just showed you the Power Virtual Agent. Yeah, I just showed you the Power Virtual Agent. It is basically a Microsoft Power Platform, and it's basically a no-code solution for those students who don't know about programming and the coding. So you can get maximum benefit from it. And even you see, because I don't want to talk more, I just want to showcase you that how the things will look like. So I showcase you that so that you guys would be able to do the same. And if you have any Office 365 account, literally you can do it right now. It will only take like it's just you can do it within 1 hour, not more than that.
yeah, that would be really great. So coming towards the second question, we have a question from Farooq Ahmed that in how many ways can we create Microsoft Teams customized applications? What's the benefits of creating the apps from App Studio? This is the question from one of the
It's
uh, attendee, Farooq Ahmed.
Yeah, I think so. This is a great question from Farooq. Why we should create bot? This is what I explained at the start of my session. Just imagine that there is one single platform, which is the Microsoft Teams, and you have developed one app and integrated it with Microsoft Teams. All the content, all the communication, all the documentation, all the YouTube channels, all Facebook page, all LinkedIn, social media platform, everything is integrated on a single platform, which is Microsoft Teams. So as a user, once I will log in from my Microsoft Teams account, I don't need to go to Facebook. I don't need to go to LinkedIn. I don't need to see that where are my university's resources. I don't need to find out that where are my YouTube channels. So everything will be integrated in a single communication hub, which that's why this is the power of the Microsoft Teams platform. That's why it's extendable. That's why it's giving you a capability to create your own customizable app. So I hope that answered your question. These are few benefits.
Yeah, that's really great to know. Then we have a question from Asan Shah that is Microsoft Teams, as you have said earlier, that Microsoft Teams has brought a process workflow, team collaboration, chats, and meetings all into one scaffolding. So, what type of apps we can create to leverage our workflow? So, actually, Asan is talking regarding how to boost the productivity and what sort of applications, ranging from dynamic to static, what sort of applications can we build?
Yeah. So you have seen that there was one when I created the bot or the app. So I got basically three options. First is to create your own app. Second one is you can import it, and third one is if you have any like bot management stuff, so you can simply create it. So anything which is currently available within you, integrated with any of the platform, could be you can get leverage it by importing it and get maximum benefit from it. Other than that, Power Virtual Agent, iStudio, even Power Platforms, and whatever the product which we are talking about, everything is integrated into a single platform. And even the open source application are part of Microsoft Teams app. So you can simply explore it, get maximum benefit from it, and you see it's very extendable and it's very customizable, and the most importantly, it is a user friendly. This is the Microsoft approach, that we want to make everything in a user hand so user can get maximum benefit from it, keeping in mind the constraint that who is the computer science student or not, who is teaching who is not tech savvy or not, everyone, and this is a single communication hub. So the idea is that everyone should be able to create things and should be able to get maximum benefit from it.
Thanks for the insights, Vikas bhai. Coming up next, we have a question which is one of the prerequisites as well. We have a question where to get started as an absolute beginner. The question is from, or the learning resources. Uh, it's a question from Nabila Shafiq.
Yeah. So the starting point for you as that you just need Office 365 or Microsoft Teams. So Teams is a best way, like just this is indeed a great question, and I think this is a question which will be in every mind. So just see during COVID-19 when we were in a traditional mode, and when COVID-19 came, everyone shifted towards the online learning platform. Teams is not only audio and video conference tool. This is extendable. This is customizable. This is a powerful product. It is a complete classroom management solution. So whatever you could expect in a traditional classroom, like practices, maybe. So most of the things are in Microsoft is getting the feedback from the educator, trying to embed it in Microsoft Teams, and for you as a teacher, as a student, as a professor, the starting point is you just need to get access of Microsoft Teams. And within Teams, you will not only get Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, which is the basic application of Microsoft, but also along with that, there are more than 100 applications which are part of that. In addition to that, as I showed you, the apps are there. I myself like showcase two things: Visual Agent and the Power Apps. Just try to get maximum benefit from it. So this is, this should be the starting point for you as an educator.
Vakasbi, thanks for these awesome resources. It was really an immense pleasure having you, and it was really tons of learning, I must say. So this was all from our side, and hope so the audience get to have a better hands-on experience of how we can develop through Microsoft App Studio. And the power of Microsoft Teams is that when you develop, it means that you can enhance your development, and you can leverage to the billions of users we have on the Microsoft Teams. So thank you so much, Vakas Bhai, for an amazing sort of session. Uh, we wish you all the best of luck for future endeavors, and that's all from our side.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Hansla. And thank you, everyone, for joining the session. Hope this helps. And if you need any assistance, so you can always reach out to us, and Microsoft is always here to help you out. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
It's an immense pleasure and a great honor as well. Likewise.
Thank you, Emma. Allah Hafiz.
So folks, this was Mr. Vakas Shafiq presenting on the topic. I must say it's a hands-on experience of how you can develop your own customized apps using the Microsoft App Studio platform. It's really immense player that if you can develop for your Microsoft Teams apps, not you can benefit yourself, but you can benefit the billions of active users of Microsoft Teams. So this is all from our side or at the Microfest Hackathon Day 2 activities. Hope you have got a lot of learning as our speakers are industry experts, and we really appreciate your concerns about your questions and all those queries.
Developers, probably as children, pulled their toys apart to see how they worked.
Pandas is something I work on just because I want to work on it.
One of the things that had always driven me is this dream of I can build something myself.
Knowing that my project is out there and it's being used by people day to day, honestly, it's the best feeling in the world.
Being a developer is a really neat superpower. It's just
These are all the activities from our side on the second day of Pakistan's very own National Microfest Hackathon in collaboration with Microsoft Pakistan and Higher Education Commission. We hope that you have got tons of learnings, and as we have industry experts throwing some awesome sort of hands-on experiences, we would love to have your accomplishments as well. So with the words of a more safer society, we are signing off. Thanks and Allah Hafiz. There's a reminder for all our hackathon participants that there's a deadline of tomorrow 10 a.m. till 10 a.m. 30th June. You can submit your projects on the following uh, on the things which we have the problem statements which we have shared with you earlier. So we would love to have your awesome ideas and innovations together. So this is all from our side and signing off. Allah Hafiz. Hey folks, Microfest Hackathon is an initiative by the dazzling technical community of Pakistan, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors Pakistan. So in order to have a deep nuance of what this program is about and what is the duty of a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador and how MLSAs are creating a difference as a part of technological ecosystem. So we have an amazing sort of official video from Microsoft throwing some light on the applications and the feasibility of a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. So presenting you the video.